Hey everybody, Sarah here. So, um, just a quick video. Um, and the only thing, hang on, yeah, the only thing I'm going to talk about today is football, pretty much. Um, well, more a person rather than football itself. Um, so there's rumours obviously going around, not rumours, but the talk is that um Harry Kane is going to Man United. And there was what was the oh yeah, they mentioned about Man United wanted Harry Kane. They want um I'm pretty sure I heard Neymar somewhere. Um Mason Mount and Declan Rice. And I was like, other teams haven't got a chance when they got all those players. I mean, you literally have, like, I mean, Neymar is Neymar, but then you literally have three players who were in the England squad, plus the people in the Man United team who already play for England. So I was like, you literally have the England team playing in the Premiership. Not quite, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so there's always talk about him going to Man United. And then you've got the owner of Tottenham who's like, you'll have to kill me before, oh, well, you have to kill me to get him then. And I mean, it's just getting. If Harry wants, all right, I put a tweet out saying if Harry wants to, not to anybody in particular, just saying if he wants to leave, let him leave. What exactly is it? I can't remember it word for word now. That was the first bit I wrote. Right, but this is getting stupid now. If he wants to leave, let him. It's literally him and Son doing most of the goal scoring anyway, and he deserves to be on a team who have a chance of winning things. You don't let him. You don't let him go. It will only be for free next year. Which what they I can't remember what they call it. Free, not free transfer. I can't remember what they called it now. Um, but yeah. So every time I've either watched a Tottenham game or like listened to it, or like even if I haven't been able to listen to it, like look at the score, look keep an eye on the scores, and I mean every time I've done that, besides the odd time when some, you know, one of the others have scored, the names I've seen is either Son or Kane. And I mean, when I look on Google when the update comes up, the score changes before the name actually comes up. So I'm like, oh, who scored? Who scored? And in my head, I'm like, Kane, Son, Kane or Son, Kane or Son. More often than not, it's Kane. But I mean, it's always one of the two. I think it was literally Kane and Son, and somebody else the other day, the other week, whatever it was. But yeah, I was, I noticed that. So like, it is literally them. So yeah, if Kane goes, then it's going to be down to Son. I'm not saying the others don't play. I'm just, or don't play properly, or don't score goals. I'm just saying it's mostly them two. Um, yeah. So I don't know. And then it's like, I wanted to go to a decent team. I wanted to actually win things, actually score things, and he scores anyway. But I'd rather it be a Premiership team because of the record, so he can overtake Alan Shearer. I don't want him going to Real Madrid or whoever it was. But yeah, I mean, but then I'm also thinking his kids are settled. Well, is the ones that are at school, they're settled there. Then he's going to have to move them to like Manchester, or I mean, it's probably easier to Manchester than it is to Brisbane. So, um, yeah. So that's. I don't even know what else to say about that. But who knows? Maybe this time next year he's still at Tottenham. I don't know. Who knows? Um, and then on a more upbeat, um, on a more upbeat point. I don't think that's the word I was trying to think of, but anyway, yeah. The other day, I can't remember what day it was now. The squad for the next two England games, the Euro 2024 qualifiers, England and Malta, and England versus hang on, England and Malta, and England and North Macedonia, I think, which is, I can't remember the dates off the top of my head, but it's in June. So the squad was announced. Most of them were not a surprise. So you've got the goalies, Aaron Ramsdale, which he's usually picked. Jordan Pickford is usually picked. And Sam Johnston. Johnston. Who I can't remember what team he plays for now. I did see it mentioned. And I was like, where's Pope? And I didn't realise he was injured, so that's why he wasn't picked. Then you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Lewis Dunk. Hang on, Trent Alexander-Arnold I've heard of. Lewis Dunk I'd never heard of. Why did I notice that name before? Mark, can't even pronounce his last name. I can't even remember that being mentioned on the. Because in the ones they mentioned, like who weren't picked before, and I can't remember hearing them mention that name. Anyway, Harry Maguire, usually picked. Tyrone Mings, I think is sometimes picked. Luke Shaw normally picked. John Stones normally picked. Kieran Trippier normally picked, I think. Kyle Walker normally picked. Jude Bellingham normally picked. Iberchi Easy. I didn't know if I pronounced that right. I think I can't remember if he's the one that's like I don't know if this is his first call up, but then I think some of the others haven't had to call up before, so I'm not sure. Conor Gallagher, I want to say he's usually picked. I know he was picked recently, but I can't remember if he's been picked before that. Jordan Henderson, normally picked. Calvin Phillips, normally picked. Declan Rice, normally picked. Phil Foden, normally picked. Jack Grealish, normally picked. James Maddison, more recently has been picked. Marcus Rashford, usually picked sometimes. Actually, he did get picked last time, but then didn't he drop out? I can't remember. Something like that. Bukayo Saka, usually picked. And Callum Wilson, I can't remember. And obviously, best to last, Harry Kane. who's usually picked because he's captain. Yeah, so well, yeah. One thing that annoyed me as well is when people were going on about uh Sterling. Why didn't Southgate pick Sterling? And this is a newspaper. I think it was a newspaper saying this, and like people was going on about, oh, why didn't you pick him? Blah 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 blah. If they actually listened to the press conference that Gareth Southgate done after this squad was announced, he actually said that he'd been talking to Raheem Sterling, and and Raheem himself had actually not put himself forward for it then because he didn't think he was up to that point. I can't remember if he was injured. I don't think he was injured. He might have been injured, or he had been injured, but he didn't think he deserved the spot in the team over someone else because he didn't think he was up to par with his games at the moment or something like that. So he kind of like said, don't I can't remember the words Gareth used, but kind of saying, don't put me in the squad because I don't think I'm up to scratch at this point. But obviously the papers then write, why hasn't Gareth Southgate picked him? Why has he picked Marcus Rashford and whoever else? Yeah, and yeah, the other thing was what was it? Oh yeah, that Harry Kane yesterday was awarded the Freedom to the City of London, which I didn't even have a clue about until this morning when I was reading about it, and I was like, "Why did I not know that?" And somewhere it said the youngest, but then it also said that the lionesses have been awarded it, and I'm pretty sure there's probably some lionesses that are probably early 20s, mid 20s. I mean, Harry Kane's almost 30. So, yeah. Um, so much for this being a quick video. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video next week. Bye.